There we go. There's the My Radio Show ringtone. That's the My Radio Show hotline. This man was Comedian of the Year on ABC's American Comedy Awards. He was named one of the top 100 comedians of all time on IMDb. Played Wilson Gromley in Parks and Rec. And Bandit in the movie Middleman. He's going to be performing at the Canyon Santa Clarita tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it now, Patrick, for Craig Shoemaker on My Radio Show. Hi, Craig. How are you?
I'm just on radio because I want to avoid eye contact, which is all cost, okay?
I hate to tell you, but it's also on Facebook Live, although you're on telephone, so we will not look you in the eyes, yeah.
They offered me to be in studio with you. I said, no way.
I know.
I do not work that way. I avoid all eye contact. If it works for Leo, it works for me, right?
You have a new show coming out this fall called Comedy Kitchen. Isn't that most kitchens, by the way?
It's my kitchen.
Yeah.
But, it's my friend Tony Luke, who's opening for me at the Canyon tonight. I trained him to be a comedian. He's a famous cook and chef, and he trained me to be a better chef and up my game. But now we're extending it. We're doing it at a winery in Napa starting tomorrow, actually, where I train famous chefs to be comics for the judges, and he trains famous comedians to be chefs for the judges. So we'll see how it works out. We're doing 4 episodes.
What a cool
and really
premise.
Looking forward
That's
to
a great premise.
Yeah, thanks.
And the location, too. Come on, Napa? Really? That is awesome.
Oh, we're going at the number 1 winery in Napa, Davis Estates. Yeah, that's where it's not going to be such a bad week here.
That's
filming.
A great gig. Your resume.
Thanks for getting my name. Thanks for getting my name right. By the way, a lot of people go. My favorite comedian, Craig Shoemaker, is coming out of my tree. It's Shoemaker, not mocker. You make shoes, you don't mock shoes, right? Except for Crocs, those you can mock all day long. I'm wearing a pair so I can offend them. You know what the holes are for? So your self-esteem can slip out.
I was wondering about those holes.
I agree with that. By the way, there was a baseball player for the Angels who was Shoemaker, and so I flipped a coin on that one. I'm glad I got that right.
I'm glad you flipped it the right way. I go out of my gourd. How do you not see? You take your shoes to a maker, not a mocker. And but I'm not the love master. I'm the love master. So there you go.
Good point.
As long as we're getting it right. And by the way, the Crocs. It's a true story. I have 4 kids and half married. I have nothing to care about how I look like. I'm driving a minivan. And the only good news about a minivan is you never get pulled over by a cop. You could be doing Mach 5 wheelies, donuts. You could have someone, doing crack on your trunk, and the cops will go, let him go. He's suffered enough.
Exactly right.
What's the ticket going to do to him? He's driving a Dodge Caravan. What can we do to him? He hasn't done to himself already.
Right?
They feel sorry for you. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. They know.
Your resume shows that you were part of one of my favorite franchises, Scream.
Yeah.
Now, a scary movie genre, that's got to be fun to be part of.
Yeah, I'm actually making horror film right now. I have a production company out of Westlake, and we're making a couple horror films because it's got such a niche market. It's crazy.
Is it about a guy who wears Crocs and drives a minivan? By any chance?
You know what? You're now our co-writer for the next film. It'll be a comedy horror. Well, just follow me around and watch me work in my pond and my garden and just
with the socks.
Pretty much how it works. Yeah, but Scream 2 was I played the film professor, and I remember the director Wes Craven said, "Well, you're going to live in this, so you might be in the sequel." But I was not. Apparently, there was no cause to have another film professor scene. So.
I can't imagine why not.
Here's something I love about you. You were also in The Bold and the Beautiful. Are soap operas where all good comics get their start?
Well, they brought me in because they were fans of The Love Master. I was like, how come I don't have to audition? And I got there, and I don't know if you knew this, but you have to memorize your lines about 10 minutes before you go on. I was like, are you kidding me? I mean, when I do my comedy act, it's memorized, and I work on it, and they're going, here you go, here's your line. So I put pieces of paper like I was cheating in 9th grade in chemistry class. I put pieces of paper everywhere. I was like Marlon Brando in The Godfather, looking up in a tree going, where's my line? Oh, there it is. And I played a porn producer, so I don't know. That was a big
Oh.
stretch for me for the minivan guy.
Craig Shoemaker is on my radio show. He's going to be performing tonight at the Canyon Santa Clarita. By the way, I'm told I'm not. I think you can order dinner at the show as well. Now, I have a buddy who is a comedian, Craig, who was not fond of performing while people were eating. How about you?
Who's the comedian? He's right, actually.
George Lopez.
Yeah, Lopez. Well, none of us are because, well, first of all, we really do make people laugh until they're hopefully coughing, and I am not up for Heimlich maneuver during the show. I do a 90-minute show, and I've been told that people laugh. The laughs per second are very high, and so I don't want them to be taking a bite. Something comes out of their nose. It's just not a good look. No good optics on that one. And but here's the good news: I don't go on until 9 o'clock, and I hopefully most people, we're not living in New York City, have eaten by then. As a matter of fact, in Santa Clarita, most people would be ready to nap by then.
Yes, that's true.
Good point. It's funny because George actually had me intro him one time at the Ice House. He even gave me a joke. And so I've been in broadcasting for years, doing live television and news and radio. But when I got on that stage, Craig, and even though he gave me a great joke and everything, and I looked at these live human beings, I was terrified, and I wondered, how do you guys do that? I mean,
well, it's usually we come from a background that leads to it. I don't have a normal childhood. My grandmother grew pot. My father is a cult leader. He left when I was born. I'm like, something I said, wah, he's gone. And my mother belly danced at my high school graduation party.
Is that true?
Oh, my gosh.
It is very true.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
I still have the visual. She's a divorcee. All my friends are there. She bought us a cake. Comes down the steps with finger symbols and veils and a jewel in her navel going, these words are classic. I have a treat for you and your friends.
Oh, no. No.
She
Oh, dear.
descends the stairs. Her new name is Scheherazade. And I thought to myself, I am not meant to be an accountant after this action here.
This explains the Crocs completely.
It explains everything.
We have Craig Shoemaker on the line with us. He's going to be performing tonight at the Canyon in Santa Clarita. Craig, you were a writer on Fuller House. Does that mean that your kids have full rights to USC, or?
Oh, my.
Oh, you had to go there.
I couldn't resist. Listen, I try to never out funny the funny guy, but that was one that one I had to. But you did write on the. Yeah,
that was just sitting there for you. You saw that on the resume. I got this one.
No.
Yeah, I did write on the show, and they have like the husband of Gibbler, Juan Pablo is his real name, but I gave him my Love Master lines, which was fun, because he plays like a Lothario. So if you watch the show, he doesn't do it as the Love Master, my character, but I gave him a few like, hey, I will have you beg like PBS on a pledge drive.
Oh, my gosh.
You also had a special on Showtime called Datitude, and like you, I'm a dad. So do I want Datitude, or do I already have it, is the question.
I don't know. I just know that I am going crazy with this generation, and it all comes out on stage. And I've got first of all, I'm from Philadelphia, which already gives me attitude. But put the dad on top, I got attitude, and I'm going out of my mind. I'm at dinner the other day. I'm like, come on, what's going on? There's no connection with us, and my son texted me from the dinner table across the dinner table.
Yep.
Yes, we have connection. Here it is. And I mean, you have to pay for games now. We play games didn't cost our parents anything. We play tag. How about that, kid? You have a hand and you tag. And you had no patience to play our old games. I played hide, go, seek. I go, ready or not, here I come. The little one goes, here I am. 1 second later, he's hiding behind a wire. I said, how'd you find me? My teenagers text me from behind the couch. I'm right here.
Oh.
I got an Instagram message from the middle son. I'm under the bed. Hashtag under the bed.
Hashtag under the bed. That's awesome.
Now, you mentioned the Philadelphia part there. I used to cover a lot of games. I was at the Vet a couple of times. I have season tickets to the Rams, and we got to see the Eagles twice a year. Nobody, I tell this to people all the time, nobody is harder on their own team than Phillies fans. But if you're an opposing team and you make a nice play, they're quite educated and they're even generous. What gives with Philly fans?
Oh, you haven't been to any of the games I've been to. I don't remember any generosity.
Maybe this was in our stadium.
A hearty boo is being generous. You're talking about here.
When the fans travel out here, yeah, they're much more generous. Yeah.
Well, I went to a Chargers game against the Eagles, and I swear I went to get a hot dog. I hear this big cheer. It turns out it was a Philadelphia touchdown that I missed because there was 80% Philadelphia fans, and they're only generous with themselves. It's a city of brotherly love. There's no love. There's no romance. Romance in Philadelphia is pretty much, hey, relax, honey. There ain't no cars coming.
All right, kid. Let's play one word answers. One word answers. Best stand-up comic ever. Best stand-up comic ever.
Chris Rock.
Oh, best comedic actor, movies or TV.
Jim Carrey.
Best classic comedy team.
Stiller and Mira.
Really? Okay. I was going to go with one of the old ones like Abbott and Costello or the Marx Brothers. Okay. The best comedian.
Yeah, well,
go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. I wasn't a big, silent film guy. So.
I'm sorry.
Or
I must be a lot older, I guess.
It just started talking. I like a little something more current. I mean, which there aren't many comedy teams to choose from.
No.
It almost stumped me. I'm like, where do I go with them? Shields and Yarnell, the Mimes?
All right, last
there
one.
There aren't a lot of comedy teams now.
No, there aren't. The best comedian to ever play a dramatic role.
I'd say probably Robin Williams.
Yeah.
In several cases.
He was terrific.
Good Will Hunting.
Mm-hmm.
He was phenomenal. He's a great actor. He actually made us look good, the comedians, because a lot of times you audition, for serious roles, like even in Scream 2, and they think, oh, it's a comic, but comics have big range. Because listen, we are dark. we come from abandonment. My dad, I told you, left when I was born. I still can't take it when a waiter leaves my table. Where are you going? I'm getting your food, sir. How sure you are? He's not coming back. They're all the same. I got arrested when I was 13 because I didn't have a dad. I was a delinquent. The cop says to me, how would you like to end up like one of these guys on the poster? I'm going, at least he's wanted.
Craig Shoemaker is going to be at the Canyon Santa Clarita tonight. You can go to wheremusicmeetsthesoul.com for tickets. Craig Shoemaker, thanks so much for joining my radio show.
Thank you for having me. You come out tonight. Come out and have some. I do a 90-minute show, and there's air conditioning. That's a very big
Yes, we have air conditioning out here. All right, thanks so much, Craig. We really appreciate it. Thanks for joining us.